This episode has been brought to you by me and my business, Lauren Grace Inspirations. I am a channel of the light and work with spirit guides, angels, the higher self, and passed over loved ones to provide you with support, clarity, and encouragement. Using oracle cards, mediumship, and clairvoyance, my readings will leave you feeling comforted and empowered. I have various reading options available, ranging from 30-minute readings to 60-minute readings to group sessions. I also work with professionals to help them gain clarity in business and life purpose. To book a reading with me, simply head to laurengraceinspirations.com. Hello, good evening, and welcome. Welcome to the show. Lauren Grace here. I'm the owner-operator of Lauren Grace Inspirations, and I am a medium and a seer. And I'm going to be joining you today to give you some readings, and hopefully there'll be some insightful conversation as well that arises from the spirit, of course. So welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are a first timer, please do let me know if you have any questions. If you've got anyone in spirit you'd like to connect to, please do let me know. Just leave it all in the comments, and we will see where spirit takes us and what happens. Just before we get started as well, if you are inclined, if you are somebody who is wanting to really grow in confidence and improve your mindset, eliminate some of that crazy talk going on in your head, I would really strongly like to encourage you to join me for the Mastering Your Mindset 7-day free challenge. It's happening on August 1st. All you need to do is head to in the comments section, I put a link to it. It's called Mastering Your Mindset. All you do is just simply put your email address there, and I'll do the rest. You'll get a welcome email from me, and then we'll kick things off on August 1st. So again, it's free. You're going to be given new affirmations every single day on a specific topic, like abundance, connecting to your higher self, finding unconditional love for yourself and others, as an example. And we're going to be doing it all together at the same time. So it's going to be a really strong vibe. And I just think that you'll really enjoy it. So please do register for that Mastering Your Mindset challenge. Okay, so just before we get started as well, I would like you to make sure you do share this with your friends, and that would be wonderful. Okay, so what I'd like to do is I'd like to start off with a heart breath. So if you feel all right and you're not driving or operating heavy machinery, then just take a moment. I know sometimes we're looking at things, we're on the phone, looking at different things while we're listening to this stuff, or we're looking at the TV or something like that. But just really come to the moment for a second. Just close your eyes. And I just want you to come back to your heart for a moment. If you feel comfortable, I want you to take 2 fingers and I want you to feel the pulse in your heart, in your neck rather. I want you to feel your heart beating. Just do that now. Feel your heart beating. And I just want you to take 3 cleansing breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth, and in through the nose and out through the mouth, and one more in through the nose and out through the mouth. If you feel comfortable, then just repeat these affirmations after me, or just simply say yes. I am enough. I am brilliant. I am radiant. I am safe. I am loved. I am protected. I am enough. I am enough. Okay, and then just the last thing that I'd like to say is I'm also the host of the Afterlight podcast, and we've got new episodes that go live every Thursday, as well as all throughout the week. So I release mini episodes throughout the week, which are really focused on giving you different psychic tips and tricks, different ways of looking at the world, different ideas for you to really consider. And also every Thursday, we've got the full length episodes that do go live. So I would really strongly like to encourage you to please subscribe to my podcast, the Afterlight podcast, Afterlight, all one word. You can see it just below here on the news ticker. And I would appreciate it if you did. All right, let's get started. I know some of you are like, girl, you've been talking for 8 minutes. I want to know what's going on with me. Okay, I hear that. Let's get started. All right, so I'm just going to have a little bit of a look. Again, if you are new, please let me know. And we will see what we get. Just having a look at all the comments. Thank you so much for being here, you guys. I really appreciate it. And I really love the supportive group as well. It's always here. Okay. Let me see. All right. Lana Garbers. Let's go with you, Lana. And I'm just looking, listening, and feeling. I'm also a medium. That's my forte. But normally when I'm doing power readings, I tend to do a lot of psychic stuff, but we'll just sort of see what happens as well. When I'm connecting with your energy, I feel a lot of stuff going on in the heart space area. I'm really drawn to my lungs. So it could be that there's something physical going on with the lungs in terms of breathing. But also I'm really drawn to like a nervous energy around the heart space. So for me, when I'm getting to the heart space, it's about emotions. It could also be matters of the heart. For you, though, I am feeling a little bit of anxiety and a lot of like nerves around that. I'm also feeling really quite nauseous. So whether or not that's something going on gut related or whether or not that's actually connected to you, and also in the womb space, it's interesting. So I've got a lot sort of stuff going on in the middle area. So we know the heart space is the heart chakra, the stomach area is the solar plexus chakra, the lower womb space is the sacral chakra. I get that. One of the things that would be really nice for you to do is to go ahead and find yourself a beautiful chakra meditation. I actually have a really good one. I'll write it down here. Let me just write it down to send you. There's a couple that are on my podcast. There's a chakra rainbow meditation that I do myself. And also, I'm just writing myself a couple notes here on Insight Timer. There's this absolutely incredible one. So I'll leave a comment here and I'll send you those as well. Okay. Lena. All right. Okay. I'm also really coming up to my headspace. So I feel a little bit of a headache going on. So very often that's all about a lot of stuff going on in the head. So I just feel like there's a lot of stuff going on for you, girl. I feel like we need to ground. I get that. We need to have a little bit more trust in the process of things. Sometimes what happens to us is we get really caught up in the day to day, or we look at the money going out and maybe not always coming in, or we can sometimes get bogged down in all of the things that we need to do. Now, one thing that I will tell you is that I'm putting together a free masterclass as well, which is all about helping spiritual women in business to really get ahead of their time management. So it's to really assist them with their tasks. So if you want a link to that free masterclass, I haven't even started promoting it yet. I'm going to start tomorrow, actually. Just send me a DM and I'll make sure you've got a link so you can register for that. It's totally free. Okay, so let's do some cards now and sort of see what happens. Really interesting. Got a lot of stuff going on with you, especially around the throat space as well. Okay, interesting. I also really feel like there's a connection with you with the elemental world. I really do want to talk about the earth elementals. Okay, I do feel like I have a small spirit coming in here. Really like kind of spinely looking, really kind of small, sort of a little bit hunched over, kind of nervous a little bit, really big eyes. It's kind of like this, like a little bit nervy, like not really sure if he should kind of show himself or not, really feeling like a male energy, but like a soft male energy for that. I get that. So one of the things that I think this person, this little spirit is helping you with, not a person, definitely not. It's more like a fairy energy, like an elemental, kind of like looks like a little bit of a, trying to think about what animal it kind of looks crossed. It looks crossed to like one of those animals with really big eyes, standing like it's walking like it's about 1.5 feet. Anyway, it'll come to me if I get more descriptions. It's really hard for me to explain it. But he's got like skin, but it's kind of like fur on it as well, on him as well. Okay, so what I feel like he's really helping you with is a lot about reconnection to source energy. And I get that. Thank you, darling. So one of the things that earth elementals can really help us with as well is a lot about manifestation and abundance. So one of the things that I would like you to consider doing, if it feels right to you, is you could do some meditation to really connect with this energy, especially the spirit guide here that's really here wanting to assist you. One of the things that you could go out and do is actually go up and pick up rubbish, clean up your area, like outside. You can even leave a little gift for the elementals, such as chocolate, something like a crystal, anything kind of like that. Now, sometimes when we're doing these things, we want to make sure that we're doing it not to just get something back, but it's about acknowledging that there's a bit of an exchange here with the elemental energy and with our own energy as well. And we're really all sharing the earth together. I get that. This is also really going to help you to feel and really connect more with the oneness of everything as opposed to you. Because sometimes what happens is we think that we're doing everything on our own, right? We think that we're like, I got to do this all by myself. And our spirit guides are like, girl, I was trying to leave you some breadcrumbs to show you the way to go. Or I just dropped in a song with a really powerful lyric and you missed it. Or, hey, we had a big sign with 444. We were trying to tell you to turn right, but you were listening or focused on something else. So it's a lot about remembering that we are co-creating with spirit all of the time and to ask for that help, to ask for that support. I get that. I remember I was listening to Esther Hicks, Abraham Hicks's teachings. And in one of their teachings, they were talking about how they had like a list of things that they needed to do. And then they had a list of things that they handed over to God. So they said, God, can you please help me with this? Can you please help me with this? And the other day, I actually did that myself. I said, okay, here's some of my intentions for this week. These are the things that I want to do. I need you, source energy, God, creator, spirit guides, to drop in those little nuggets of wisdom, like I said earlier, the song, those ideas, the things that I need to do to really set myself up for this kind of success. I get that. One of the things that we sometimes do, especially as business owners, is we're doing all of the time. And sometimes we need to take those moments out. We need to get outside, no phone, no headphones, maybe picking up some garbage, maybe just spending a little bit of time enjoying the wind, smelling the smells around our areas, really being where we are. And then I think you'll be really surprised. I get that, I'll tell her that, new ideas will start to come in as well. I get that. So one of the things that they're also talking about for you is they're talking about how it's important that you get clear on where you do your best thinking. So for some people, it's going for walks. That's where they do their thinking. Some people, it's in the shower. For me, it's very often when I'm going for a drive. Sometimes I talk out loud to God. Sometimes I listen to business podcasts and I just get downloaded all of these crazy good ideas. And what I do when I'm driving, because you can't be on your phone, of course, is I hit my phone and I go, create a new note. And then I just say whatever the note is. So then I don't have to deal with my phone. I don't have to look at the screen, none of that. I just hit the Siri thing. I need to create a new note. And then I download whatever that particular thought is. Sometimes you need to pull over and write it down, of course, if you are driving. But one of the things that's really clear here is that you want to be clear on where you do your best thinking, because I feel like you kind of need to get out of your own way for a minute, need to go get a little bit of fresh air and come back and look at things with new perspective. So I'd just like to see if any of this is resonating with you, because I've been talking for quite a while and I haven't even noticed if you're there listening to me. Lana, I'm just going to look. Oh, I really hope that you've heard this stuff, because I didn't even check to see if you were listening. I just got all of this download for you. I don't know. I'm not going to go scroll back too far, but I'm just going to say that, yes. So maybe I'll make a note to message you and let you know that I did this reading for you. Okay. I will pull one card for you as well. And then we'll move on to the next person as well. Oh, you are there, girl. Okay. Yes. I've been meditating a lot of late. You know what? The thing is funny is that we kind of forget that meditation actually writes everything. I don't know about you, but sometimes I can be really crazy in my head. And so it's when I actually go and I meditate or I do my yoga practice, which I've got back into. When we do those things, we allow ourselves those opportunities to ground and kind of get out of our fear voice. I get that. One of the things that they're talking about is if you can spend a little time saying to yourself, I get that, I'll tell her, what would love do? And when we can go, what would love do? Sometimes love will deal with situations a little bit differently. Now, one of the things that you could do as well, I get that. Okay, so I had this revelation yesterday, and I'm going to talk about it on my podcast at some point, but you get to hear it from me first. So sometimes what I tend to do is I tend to worry about stuff. And this is one of the reasons why I'm doing the Mastering Your Mindset Challenge. And I really want to encourage all y'all who are watching to like register for that, please. It's free, 7 days, starts August 1st. Let's do it together. It's so good. But yesterday or the other day, I noticed I was spiraling about something that was ridiculous. And then I said to myself, I was like, girl, I'm going to worry about that tomorrow instead. And then I imagined in my imagination this golden box, and I just took the worry, put it in the box, shut the box, imagined it dissolving and becoming sparkle light, put it to the side. But I just said to myself, you know what? I'm going to worry about that tomorrow. That gave me so much clarity and peace of mind. Lana, I would love it if you resonate with that, start to notice the thoughts. And for you watching at home as well, remember, I'm always drawn to the people that are going to serve the most of y'all. So it's important to remember that this reading is as much for you as it is for Lana. So think to yourself, okay, or notice, what are the things that I'm telling myself on a regular basis? What are the thoughts that I'm thinking? What am I worried about right now? Am I worried about money? Am I worried about what's going to happen next? Am I worried about what I said? Am I worried about something that happened 15 years ago or what may happen in the future, right? And that's where we go, okay, I can notice myself thinking. Now what I need to do is I need to make a decision. Do I want to continue to spiral about this particular thing? Do I want to say to myself, what problem do I actually have here in this moment? Come back to my position of power and say, I will worry about that tomorrow. And let me tell you, they always say it's like everything looks fresher and tomorrow, after you sleep on it. That is so true, because these worries don't always rear their head after we've decided to deal with them later. Okay, let's pull a card now. And let's see what we get. And thank you so much for all the lovely comments. I know I can't always keep up because when I'm channeling, I just got to tell you what I'm doing. If I read people's comments, I tend to sometimes get confused or derailed off the message. Okay, here we go. Oh, and Lana, you're saying, well, love this. Awesome. I'm so glad it's resonating with you. I know as a businesswoman myself, sometimes it can be really tricky, but it's just about us not getting in our own way. That's pretty much it. All right, so your card, I'm only going to do one for you because I've always been reading for you for a while. Ooh, I like that. Okay, so it's the masculine. So this is the masculine energy here. And we've got 4 + 2, and 4 + 2 is a 6. 6 for me is about love. It's about family, but it's also about coming around the corner, coming around the bend and seeing things clearly. It's a lot about intuition. It's a lot about clarity of sight. Now, when we bring in the masculine, I just got to make sure my heater was off. Let's rectify that. Okay. When we bring in the masculine energy is a lot about action, right? It's a lot about speaking up for ourselves. It's a lot about taking a little bit more of that power, especially in business. Whereas the yin energy, the feminine energy, is a lot more passive. It's a lot about allowing things to sort of unfurl, or like go naturally, kind of chill out a little bit. You're like, I'm going to meditate and just allow things to happen. It's like, yes, we do need to do that 100%, but sometimes we also need to listen for the messages and the actions we need to take. For example, when I was saying to Spirit earlier in the week, aka yesterday, I said, hey, I want all these things to happen. I need you to tell me what to do. And what did they do? They dropped into my mind actions that I need to take. So that's a big part about it as well, is when we have that masculine energy, that yang energy coming in, that energy, you have to take action. You can't only be intuitive and thinking about what you want and intending for things. You need to also pay attention to the signs and the messages that you're getting, and then you need to take action. And sometimes we have to take action right away, because if we don't take action right away, someone else is going to, or we're going to miss the opportunity. Now, here's a cool trick that I do anyway, and it works for me. Sometimes Spirit will give me a message and it'll be happening, or I'll get it at a really inappropriate time. Like I'm in the shower and they drop in a message, which, by the way, is where a lot of people get great ideas from. And then I go, oh no, I'm in the shower. I don't have anywhere to write this down. So I say to them, message received, please remind me about this later. And then what happens is all of a sudden I'm maybe around a pen or a paper, or I'm at my desk or something like that. and I'll get that message drop in again. And then do you know what I do? I take action. Okay. One final thing for you, sister, and then we're going to move on to someone else. I do want to say this too. I want to say that do not, in my opinion, I never make decisions until I feel good about my next step. Sometimes if we feel that anxiety I was feeling earlier for you, when we feel that, you want to come back to your breath and you want to make your decision when you feel good about making your decision. When we are sitting there and we're going, I'm unsure, what should I do? Very often it's a no, or we need to wait for more information, or we need to wait for an appropriate time. So that's going to be really important for you to start to look out for yourself. Okay, so I hope that was helpful for you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to read for you. I'm just having a look at all the comments. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. I am reading today, well, for Lana anyway, I read from the Queen of the Moon Oracle deck. I only did the one card because the rest, of course, was channeled, which you probably saw. I tend to just sort of speak and then things happen. And then when I got that, it's because my guides and Lana's guides are going, boop, 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 boop. Here's everything you need to know. Okay. And you said Lana, thank you. You're super keen for the masterclass. Okay, awesome. Do you know what I'm going to do while I'm here? I'm just going to bring it up and I'll put it in the comments now. So you can go ahead. Okay. I've just posted it now. So the free masterclass is now in there. It's just a link to my website, laurengraceinspirations.com. You can't find it on the front end at the moment because I just literally built this out. But if you just go ahead and you check out the free masterclass link there, you can register, you'll get an email, and then I'll send you all the details when it's happening on July 31st, which is happening pretty soon. Okay, cool. Let's get the party started. Here we go. Who's next, everybody? Let's go with Alicia Gazignato. Okay, Alicia. Hopefully I pronounced your name right. Alicia, if you can let me know if you are here, please. That would be wonderful. Thank you, everybody, for all the comments and all the lovely vibes. It's great. Hey, Alicia, how's it going? Okay. Of course, I'm just sensing in and just trying to figure out which deck for you. I really want to go with that deck, but then this deck still feels comfortable and like good. So we'll just stick with the one we've got. All right. Just going to feel into your energy for a second here. Just give me a minute. I'm just looking, listening, and feeling. Really drawn into the heart space here. So I've got like a fluttering, almost like butterflies. Like I'm really excited. So there's something definitely going on. It's like you're on the cusp of something. It's so funny because whenever somebody's on the cusp of something, I hear Lady Gaga's I'm on the Edge of Glory play in my head right away, like full on anthem. So definitely recommend you listen to that tune if you're into her because she's the best. But one of the things that they also show me when I feel that someone's on the precipice of something, it's as though change is imminent. It's as though you're almost on a cliff and you're like, you know what? I'm just going to take a leap of faith. Damn it. Here we go. And you're going to jump off and get ready to sail. And I always love to share this poem with people who are on the precipice of something. And it goes like this. It says, it's called Come to the Edge by Guillaume Avatar. Oh, I can't forget it. I forget his last name. I'm so sorry. It's called Come to the Edge. And it goes, come to the edge. We can't, we're afraid. Come to the edge. We can't, we might fall. Come to the edge. And they came and he pushed them and they flew. Guillaume Apollinaire, I think it is. And that poem for me, I remember I watched it on a UK TV show one time and this woman said it and it's always stuck with me. It's just being so profound. And it's about remembering that sometimes we need to take those leaps of faith and knowing that we will be caught. And I think that sometimes in life, we don't take enough chances. We don't take enough risks. You know, we don't take that, you know what, I'm going to go to apply for that job, or I'm going to go ask that person out, or I'm going to go sing on stage, or I'm going to write my book, damn it. I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to get started. You know, we don't always, I get that, back ourselves on our big idea. And when I'm connecting with you, I really got to say, I'm feeling so much emotion. There's like so much going on in the heart space. And I just feel like I felt those butterflies and now I feel emotional. I'd love to hear some feedback from you. So the heart chakra is, of course, in the middle here in that heart space. It's green, and then there's also layers of it which are pink. So if you are wanting to promote more love, if you are wanting to open up to more of your heart space, to really connect with those emotions, immersing yourself in water is always going to be good. Drinking lots of water. Water is the element of emotion. You know, it helps us with our intuition. It helps us to connect with our heart space. You can also wear greens. You can eat green foods. You can wear pink. You can eat pink foods. I don't know how many pink foods are healthy. Dragon fruit. If you're in Australia like me, there's some beautiful dragon fruit, which is kind of pinky. It's all about that intention, right? About connecting with your heart space and opening up to that. I get that. What they're talking about as well is that we attract the love that we think that we deserve. And I just feel like for you, I don't know. I don't know if you've written me anything. Oh, you totally feel this. I'm loving that. I am freaking loving that, girl. So just remember, you are worthy of the love that you think you deserve. You are worthy of the best. And so I just want you to remember that. I want you to remember, you know what? I am worthy of the best. When I see other people in relationships that are blooming and each person is a full person supporting each other to grow and become who they are, you know, that is what you deserve. And that's what I believe is the signs of a strong and a good relationship. And so I'm really excited for you. I just feel like there's something happening, whether or not your relationship is deepening or you're about to get into one. Girl, fill me in. Tell me. Okay, let's pull a couple cards for you and then we'll keep moving forward. Shamuel. Okay, so they want you as well to connect with Archangel Shamuel. Archangel Shamuel comes in as pink. And they really help a lot with that love, especially that unconditional love of self. Now, I don't know whether or not you're in a relationship or not, but for people who are watching, if you want to be in a relationship or you want to deepen your relationship, it's always about deepening your relationship with your own heart and your own self. It's about talking to yourself nicely. It's about getting your hair done. It's about wearing clothes that make you feel good. It's about choosing foods that make you feel good. You know, I was talking to someone a little while ago who wasn't really feeling very good. And it's because sometimes they don't make the right choices for their own body in relation to food. So it's about honoring where you're at and what's really going to serve you and growing in that love and growing in that confidence. Because what happens is we grow and we evolve and we raise our vibration. We encourage other people around us to do the same. But not only do we encourage other people around us to do the same, we start to attract similar people. It's kind of like that idea that if, you know, you're a sports star, let's say, and you start hanging out with people who are a higher caliber than you, you're going to improve and you're going to grow in the same way because you're growing with people who are showing you how to be. So when you can raise your vibration, you're going to start to attract more and more people that are like that as well. And all of a sudden, you're going to be higher and higher and higher. And you're going to be feeling more and more love and more connection and compassion for everyone around you, including yourself. All right, so let's pull a couple cards from you now. I just feel like I'm like, damn, I'm channeling some magical stuff today. Who's feeling it? Raise your hand. All right. If I do say so myself, as we know, it's just, I'm a conduit. I'm the medium. I'm the channel who raises, spirit lowers, and then we get all the magic come through. Okay. Let's pull a couple cards for you, Alicia, and then I will read for someone else. Girl, I love this reading for you, my sister. Okay, number one. So the overarching thing here, the message for you here is a lot about beauty. Okay. So I love that. I also wanted to talk about you being a beauty therapist or working in beauty. So that'd be really interesting if you do work in that, or if you're looking at a career change, because I really did feel like esthetician, that's what we say in Canada, but esthetician, beauty therapist, something around that. And a lot of people involved in beauty are also healers. So I just feel like that could really ignite you and set you on this path. But at the moment, it's a lot about beautifying your area. You can invite in Archangel Jophiel to help you with that. Archangel Jophiel comes in with like a light pink, light blue light. For me, it's like pink and blue, but it's mostly light blue. You can invite Jophiel in. All you have to do is just go Jophiel, Jophiel, Jophiel. And what they do is they really help you to beautify your environment. So I recently got a new chair and a new desk, and it's completely transformed the way that I feel in my office. It's just made me feel lighter and just like I'm sitting in a beautiful space, which I was, but it makes you feel different. So I'm really interested in terms of like the beauty career though for you, but the big message here and the overarching thing is to keep things beautiful. Okay, just quickly, in the past position affecting you now, we've got the power card. We've got this woman standing here super strong. Her hands are outreached in both sides. So because it's like power, this is a lot about you. I feel like coming into your own power. We also have her arms outstretched, which is very often a sign of balancing. But for this card for you, this is a lot about the yin and the yang. It's a lot about the giving and the receiving. I get that. Sometimes as women, it's difficult for us to give and also receive, right? Because we're so used to being givers. So this is a lot about that balance. It's about the giving and the taking. It's about the doing and the not doing, the kind of like the passive sort of action versus the active action. In the position right now, remember I was talking about jumping on the cliff, new beginnings. There's a change that's imminent. Something is coming up. Yeah, well, we got the beginnings card. So see how there's this beautiful arch here? It's up to you to walk on through, and I'm getting crazy confirmation, like super goosebumps for you, my sister. So it's about like, what do you want? Get ready. Got to make the next step. I get that. You have to put one foot in front of the other. Now, what's really cool about this as well, I'm get like so excited. My heart, I can't even like handle it. One of the things that I always like to work with with my clients when I'm working with them is I like to encourage them to think about who do they want to be? Who do they want to be? Who do they want to become? And are they taking steps to get there now? So I want you to ask yourself, who do I want to be? Who do I want to become? And then start to make decisions that take you there. Does eating fried foods take me towards that woman, or does it take me away from it? It may take you towards it, right? That woman might just eat fried foods sometimes and not feel guilt and love it, because I love fried food. I'm just going to put that out there right now. Does this woman dress like this? Does she do these things? Does she say these things? And it's not about getting up yourself when we make decisions to take us off our track. It's just about remembering that when we can get more clear and grow in clarity about who we want to become, we can start to take those steps to take us towards that person. And then all of a sudden, one day we transform into her or him. Not for you, but, or maybe, anyway. Okay, now we got the pleasure card for the future. I love this. So look at this woman. She's like, her arms are behind her and she's just kind of opening up in that heart space, and she's just ready to receive. And I just love this so much. This is about her almost like releasing and just getting ready to just enjoy life and ready to receive. So this is just such a beautiful reading for you. I'm really going to leave it there. I hope that you found that was hopeful for you and helpful. And please keep me posted on your journey as well. And if you'd like to join my Mastering Your Mindset 7-day free challenge, please do check out in the comments there where I have put a link. And join me for a whole week of affirmations and just really growing in that confidence and love for ourselves. Okay, thank you, Alicia. Hope that was helpful for you. I'm just going to have a little look at the comments as well. And you're just saying, love, this is exactly what I've been feeling. Ooh, exciting. Keep me posted. There's a change coming. It's very cool. I'm excited for you. Okay, so one thing that I do love to do, and if you've watched me do readings before, I love to do the 1, 2, 3s where I get everybody to choose 1, 2, or 3. So if you want to go ahead, let's do that now. 1, 2, or 3. I'm going to change decks. I'm going to go with the Human Spirit Oracle deck. That's this one here. It's just absolutely beautiful. It's one of my favorite decks. So I'd love you to choose number 1, number 2, or number 3. And I want you to make sure you think of your question. And I'm going to give you some clarity, some guidance to really assist you with that. So go ahead, 1, 2, or 3. And this is just the best way that I feel that I can serve everybody who's watching. So again, think of your question, 1, 2, or 3. And we'll see what we get. I'm going to have a quick drink of water. See all the numbers rolling in. Fabulous. Pretty good split here. Couple of 2s, couple of 1s, couple of 3s. Love it. All right, here we go. Okay. Now, one thing I want to say as well, it's really important when you're doing these types of readings, is sometimes there'll be something for you in particular. So I want you to notice for like maybe a color of the card or the number that I reference, or there may be one small thing and you go, boom, that's it, right? So remember, you don't have to connect to the entire reading, but there may be something for you in it that goes, that is the answer I've been waiting for. All right, let's do it. Number 1, eye to eye. This is card number 23. This is number 5, and 5 is the number of change. And this is eye to eye. This is for my people number 1. This is all about intuition. Now, what's really interesting about this, we can see it's all about intuition because of the eyes. So it's about that activation of the third eye. However, because of the use of yellow with this is also about the solar plexus chakra. And the solar plexus chakra is in our tummy area. It's in the middle, and it's all about bravery and courage. So I really feel like this card is a lot about coming into your intuition, listening to the voice inside, you know, the one that whispers your heart's desires, the one that tells you that you've always wanted to be a speaker, or you've always wanted to be a writer, or you've always wanted to be a dancer, or this is the way you should go, or that's the way you should go, right? Listening to that intuition. And then it's really harnessing the power of the solar plexus, which is in the center, as I said, the stomach area, which is yellow. You can wear yellow food, you can wear yellow food. You can wear yellow, you can eat yellow foods, you can have yellow crystals, things like that to really help you exasperate the yellow, bringing that out, really amplifying that area. And the yellow is really going to help us with bravery and courage to put those things into action. So sometimes we already know the answer. We know what we want to do, but we get nervous, right? I get that. They're talking about when we get nervous, it's about focusing on service. So how can I help other people? Now, the other thing I want to talk about too is I want to say that if you are wanting to make decisions, shifts, changes in your life, it's about making one small adjustment, one small step in the direction of your dreams every single day. So you don't have to do all 25 things to get to where you need to go, but you could do one thing now. Can you sign up for a workshop? Can you listen to a podcast on the subject? Can you tell a friend about your dream? Can you write in your journal? Can you ask your guides to help, for example? All right, people number 2. This is my card number 2. Oh, getting lots of really good responses on that reading. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Okay, card number 2. This is my people number 2. This says no strings attached, and it's card number 35, and 3 plus 5 is an 8, and 8 is abundance. It's also first full circle. What you put out comes back to you. So no strings attached. I like this a lot. Number 1, it's red root chakra. That's about being grounded. That's about being here in the now, being present. Now, when I'm getting this card today, the card means no strings attached. It's all about doing things with intention. It's about coming back to why are we doing certain things, and then doing them with an intention that is pure for us. So for example, I remember I was listening to Oprah, my girl, talking to Brene Brown about intention. Okay. And I guess Gary Zukav has a book called Intention, which I haven't read, I will say. But she was talking about how she used to often do things for people, and she did things for people like buy pizzas or pick up their kids or, things like that, because she wanted them to like her. And she was, had a tendency to please. And so what ended up happening is that people just kept asking her for more. And she kept saying to herself, why are you asking me for more when I've already done all these things for you? And it's because the intention wasn't to just give, it was to give and have them say, oh, thank you so much. Really appreciate what you've done. I'm going to be your friend now. I'm going to like you. It was a lot about, her wanting that approval from other people. So when we get the no strings attached card for me, this is a lot about doing things without necessarily needing a specific thing done in return. So for example, I was talking to Lana earlier in a reading about connecting with the elemental earth energies and going out and giving a gift, and not necessarily wanting something in return, but just acknowledging that we're all sharing the earth together. Now, when you are doing things, I want you to come back and ask yourself, well, why am I really doing this? Am I doing it because I want to? Am I doing it because I feel obligated? And then am I doing it because I want somebody to like me? Right? What is my intention? And I want you to remember that when you're making decisions, taking actions, to just kind of relinquish the outcome, to just almost just say, I'm not going to worry about what happens. I'm not going to worry at all. I'm just going to do this thing because it's coming from a pure place. I really feel aligned to do it. And I'm just going to allow things to happen where they will, the cards to fall where they will, so to speak. Okay, card number 3. My people, number 3, this is homebody. Again, we've got another 5 with yellow. So this is card number 23, 32. 32, 3 plus 2 is a 5. And as we can see here, this woman is a house. So I love that. It's so funny. This is a lot about talking about how home is where the heart is. So sometimes we can feel displaced. We can feel a little bit maybe not in our cell, like not right. We can sometimes feel a little bit confused about where we belong. I get that. I feel like this card is a lot about belonging. So for you, if this is resonating with you, I think it's a lot about getting clear on maybe finding a little bit more of a community that's going to serve you. Maybe you've got some new interests that you want to explore. It's also about remembering that where we are is perfect, okay? And if we just take the time to just come back to our breath and be where we are and ground and appreciate the things around us, slowly and surely our environment will start to change, right? It's when we kind of, yes, what we resist persists. So if we're, let's say, not really happy in a certain situation or an environment, and we focus on all the things that really aren't right with that, we're going to be perpetuating that. We're going to be really putting the light on it and allowing things to magnify and become bigger. And we start to attract more of that. So this card is really about reminding you that your heart is where your home is, coming back to your heart space, to your breath, coming back and giving yourself some time to just be where you are instead of focusing on the present or on the future or on the past. Being where you are here in the moment now is your present position of power. And coming back to gratitude and appreciation for what you have and the things around you is really going to support you and really assist you in being able to manifest more of what you want, and also reframe things, look at things from another perspective. They're also talking about decluttering. So if you haven't decluttered lately, make sure that things in your environment are really indicative of who you be and where you want to go and who you want to turn yourself into. Get rid of things that don't make you feel good. Get rid of things that are broken. Get rid of things that don't have, positive memories, that aren't supporting you. And I think that you'll find that really helps you as well feel a little bit more comfortable where you are. So hopefully that you found that helpful as well. Okay. Let's just see the comments. Thank you guys for all the messages. Oh, and Jacqueline said number 3 was a perfect confirmation. Fantastic. That's why I do it. Thank you for letting me know. That's fantastic. I love it. Okay. Just going to have a little bit of look at all the comments. Thank you so much. If you are new as well and just joining, please let me know. And if you haven't already, please do register for my Mastering Your Mindset 7-day free challenge. I've put a comment there in the link there in the comments. Starts on August 1st. And it's just going to be 7 days where I give you a new affirmation every day. I actually supply you with the affirmations. I have a little video if you want to watch it, or you can just read what we're doing. It's up to you. It's totally free. And then you get on my mailing list, of course, and I give readings on there. I do a lot of different cool stuff, like different tips and tricks. And yeah, it's a good mailing list, I think, to be on. Okay. Oh, I see a bunch of people really connecting with number 3, number 2. That's fantastic. Okay. Let's go with Karen Boulant. Karen, automatically throat stuff going on. Automatically got to clear my throat, right? So that's a lot about communication, throat chakra here. So you may want to do a little bit of clearing on that. That's blue. Also, what you could do as well is you could actually just take your hand and you could just place it over your throat and give yourself a little bit of self-love, a little bit of self-healing to really assist you with that. When we get blockages in our throat as well, very often it's because we do need to communicate something. So you may want to start by journaling. You may want to start talking out loud when, no one's around, to just kind of like practice hearing your own voice and your own thoughts. You may want to practice doing some singing or even some chanting. That may really assist you as well. If you want to let me know if you are here too, Karen, that would be fantastic. And I'll pull a couple cards for you. And remember, if you're watching, it's because there's going to be some insight for you in this reading as well. That's why you're here. There are no surprises. There are no surprises. No, there are no coincidences. You're exactly where you need to be. And Karen's here. Fantastic, Karen. Okay, cool. I'm just having a drink water. I really feel like if you feel called to do that, to just put your hand on your throat and just give yourself a little bit of love, a little bit of support. You could even just imagine something that you love, like maybe a cat in your profile picture, or someone that you love, and just feel that love, and then just even give it to yourself and really send it into that throat space. All right, let's pull a couple cards for you. I'm also being drawn to the head. So I've got a really bad headache. I do feel like I need to drink water. So I really want to encourage you to drink some water. I also want to, I feel like there's a lot of thoughts that are sort of going around. I don't know if you heard me talking earlier, but I had this aha moment yesterday where I was spiraling about something yesterday or the other day. And I told myself, I was like, girl, let's worry about it tomorrow. And that really helped me, because happens is that our thoughts pretend to be important, right? And they actually take us away from being in the here and now, in the present moment. And so when we can remember that, when we can go, you know what, I'm going to worry, I'm choosing to worry about this thing that probably doesn't even matter at all tomorrow, it allows us to feel in control and come back into the moment, which is where our present power is. Okay. So I feel like for you, you may want to actually register for my Mastering Your Mindset Challenge, which is really helping us to grow in love and compassion for ourselves. But one of the things that you could do is, when you've got a lot of stuff going on in the head, is just to acknowledge, like notice it. And then you can go, okay, I'm going to think about that, or I'm going to choose to worry about that tomorrow. And what happens is, when you can actually go to bed and sleep on it, you wake up in the morning, the issue is very often sort of resolved, or not as hot as it felt before, right? It's not as triggering as it was before. And if it is, and there's nothing that you need to do right now, you could just say to yourself the same thing. I choose to deal with that tomorrow. I'm going to worry about that tomorrow, right? You just push it off. And then eventually it won't really matter. One of the things that Eckhart Tolle always talks about, he's one of my spiritual teachers who I haven't met yet, but I'd like to manifest that. Thank you, Spirit. Is he always talks about, what problem do I actually have in this moment? And very rarely we don't actually have an issue in the moment, but the mind tries to tell us we do, right? They try to say, well, what about that thing you said? Or what about this thing that may happen tomorrow? Or what about that thing that happened 25 years ago? Or what about the thing that could happen in 2 years, right? That's what our mind does. It always tries to take us away from the here and the now. But the here and the now is the only thing that matters. Okay. Okay, so you did say you did register. Great. I'm glad you'd registered, and that I know you're dealing with some challenges at the moment. So just remember, our thoughts pretend to be important, but they're not real. They're not real. They just pretend to be important. If you're interested, Eckhart Tolle, Tolle, he has the most incredible teachings. His book, The Power of Now and a New Earth, is life-changing for me. I quit spirituality a couple of years ago for almost 4.5, 5 years. I was like, I'm out. And all I did was I focused on Eckhart Tolle's teachings because I really needed to shift my mindset because I had too many thoughts going on in my mind. So what I did is I read The Power of Now, and then I read A New Earth, and I looked on YouTube, and in 2008, Oprah, my girl, and Eckhart did a whole 10-part series all on A New Earth. And what they did is they talked through each chapter for an entire hour. So if you're into it, grab that book, read a chapter, find that on YouTube or on a podcast, Eckhart Tolle's podcast. There's all those 10 episodes at the beginning. Listen to their conversation because it's real people like you and me that call in with questions. And I think you'll find that you get a lot of healing from that, because when our minds are overactive, really what we need to do is we need to learn those techniques to quiet them. Like I was saying earlier, imagine or notice your thoughts and go, I'm going to worry about that thought tomorrow. And as soon as it comes back, I'm going to worry about that thought tomorrow. And if it comes back, I've decided and I'm choosing, because I'm in control of my thoughts here, that I'm going to worry about that tomorrow. Now, another thing that I do, and this you may find helpful, depending on how you are with your meditation and your visualization. So one of the things that I also do is sometimes I'll notice myself. So I'm clairvoyant, so I'm pretty good at my imagination, right? So, but if that's not good for you, if that's not natural for you, that's totally fine. It's just about the intention. So what I do is I imagine sitting beside myself, right? Imagine exactly me here. So it's like, hey girl, fist bump right here. And I imagine her talking, like all the thoughts that I've got in my head, talking. And then what do I say to her? I say with her with love and compassion, and I go, hey girl, it's okay. I got this. Or, hey girl, I don't need you to worry about me. I got this. Go to sleep. And then I tell her, go to sleep. And then I see myself go, oh, but what about, and I go, no girl, it's cool. I got this. I can take it from here. Go to sleep. And then she goes, oh, okay. And then I imagine myself go to sleep. And what that does is it helps to quiet the mind. Okay, the other thing, Karen, yoga is always going to help. Meditation is always going to help. Yoga by Down Dog. Down Dog's a really good app. I think it's like $100 a year. And you can choose the level that you're at, how long you want to practice for, all that kind of stuff. So remember, you're in control. You can stop these thoughts. You signing up for that free challenge is brilliant. You have said, just by doing that, you have said, you know what? I'm serious about changing my life. I remember when I was about 19, I used to have a lot of negative thoughts about myself and my body. And I remember thinking to myself, you know what? I don't want to live like that. I don't want to live with all these negative thoughts. I want to change. And then I started reading a lot and learning different techniques, and yoga's really helped me. And so does meditation. Okay. Hey, Dixie. Hey, sister. Hope you're feeling better. Okay, Karen, let me pull a card for you. And then I hope that's resonating with all y'all who are watching. Lots of good stuff today. Okay. So this is funny. This is Life of the Party. And this is card number 39. And, when we get this Life of the Party card, so this is a 12, so it becomes a 3. So when we have 3, it's about creativity. It's about new ideas. It's also about strength. And it's also about pregnancy, possibly. But when we're getting this in terms of Life of the Party card, this is just a reminder for you to go and have more fun. So whether or not you've been the life of the party or whether or not it's time for you to be the life of the party, this is about you going out and having fun. So encouraging you to try new things, encouraging you to have new experiences. When we try new things and we have new experiences, it gets us out of our head, right? I don't know about you, but I sit at home. I work alone at home a lot. So that means that I tend to have too many thoughts spiraling in my mind because I'm not doing enough activities. So I would like to encourage you to think of one thing that you can do this week. This is your homework. One thing, and for you watching at home, this is your homework too. Think of one thing you're going to do this week that is fun. It could be a dance party. It could be going for a drive and having all the windows down and playing your favorite songs. It could be going out with friends you haven't seen in a while. It could be going and trying bowling or golfing or doing something like that. So the homework is to go out and do one thing this week that's going to be fun. And then find me over on Instagram at Lauren Grace Inspirations or the Afterlight podcast. I run both those accounts. And tell me what you're going to do. And then tell me when you've done it. Maybe take a story and tag me in it. That's the challenge, is to get out there and have more fun, because life is supposed to be filled with joy. It's supposed to be filled with, laughter. It's supposed to be filled with us feeling lighter and ease and not suffering. And, sometimes we do suffer and we have a choice. We're able to get out of it. And by having fun, having laughter, trying new things, going swimming would be really good. Those are all things that you can do to really assist you on the journey to feeling lighter and better and more who you are, which is a beautiful being, which is a soul light, which is a part of God, a part of source energy, a part of the creator. So I hope that you found that. You're going to a spiritual expo, Karen. That's fantastic. That sounds like that's going to be really good, but I think you still need to do something that's going to be fun. I'm sure that's going to be fun, but I mean, laugh out loud fun, like have a bit of a party, get a little bit silly, that kind of thing. Okay. All right. Well, I hope that that was good. I hope that, thank you so much. I'm out of time today, you guys. So thank you so much for joining me. As you know, I'm not always on here every Tuesday, but I was really glad to make it. I will always, if I'm going to be here, normally promote it in the day on my channels over at Lauren Grace Inspirations on Instagram and also on Facebook. If you haven't already, please do remember to sign up for my Mastering Your Mindset challenge. I know that Dixie took the challenge in July and she really enjoyed it. So I know that I've had a lot of really great responses about it. It's just about remembering that we can really change our life if we decide that we want to, and starting with our mindset and growing in confidence is a great way to get started. So thank you so much. Oh, you're welcome, Karen. Thank you. Thank you for being here, and lots of love. And maybe I'll see you next week. I will aim to be here, that's for sure. And keep in touch with me, will you? Over on Instagram and over on Facebook. And I appreciate you as well checking out the Afterlight podcast, new episodes every Thursday. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. This episode has been brought to you by me and my business, Lauren Grace Inspirations. I am a channel of the light and work with spirit guides, angels, the higher self, and passed over loved ones to provide you with support, clarity, and encouragement. Using oracle cards, mediumship, and clairvoyance, my readings will leave you feeling comforted and empowered. I have various reading options available, ranging from 30-minute readings to 60-minute readings to group sessions. I also work with professionals to help them gain clarity in business and life purpose. To book a reading with me, simply head to laurengraceinspirations.com.